Welcome back to Crypto Spaces. This video we're going to be diving into some MONAD tweets, some MONAD X's on the X platform, just to show you guys from more, from more TA perspective, because I'm not the best at technical analysis myself. I know certain patterns like inverse head and shoulders, lower highs, higher lows, cup and handle patterns, falling wedges, etc. But I'm not an expert or one of the best at trading, right? I look for, in my opinion, I look for narratives and previous historical data to, support my thesis in my, investment strategy. Like for example, when it comes to MONAD, and comparing it to Solana in 2020 to 2021, or Avalanche in 2020 to 2021, right? It's literally has the same setup from the tokenomics standpoint. The only obstacle that we have is the year of 2026. Is it gonna be bullish, or are we gonna go for another entire year of being completely bearish, right? Because this year for 2025 has been my worst year in crypto yet, and I was here in the 2022 bear market, and it did not feel as difficult as this year feels, right? That's just my opinion. Maybe other people have other opinions, but it really hinges, the thesis that I have for MONAD hinges on it either being an outlier that outperforms Bitcoin, right? Just like Solana did in this recent bull run from 2023 to 2024, right? 1 year. It only typically, when it comes to these larger altcoins, it takes them a year to make these moves, right? So it really hinges on 2026 being bullish or MONAD being an outlier, right? And MONAD can be an outlier. It can, right? The ecosystem is developed. The tokenomics are top notch, right? The team, the founders, the community, everything is just set up perfectly to be that massive altcoin gem, right? A lot of people in the space are tired of memes. When it comes to wanting to invest in something with real value. So an opportunity with MONAD here, in my opinion, the opportunity that we have here is not to be squandered, right? Now obviously this is crypto, nothing is guaranteed, but this is why you take these risks. You take these risks because the reward is there. The reward that the reward of the potential upside is there, right? Anybody that's invested in the space right now and not sidelined, you're already taking a massive risk, because half of the experts are saying we're going into a bear market. The other half are saying 2026 will be bullish, right? Even CZ Binance thinks 2026 will enter a super cycle, but it's left to be seen what plays out there, right? MONAD sitting at just under 2 cents. It's holding above that entry that I mentioned to you guys at 185 cent, right? $210 million in market cap. First tweet that we have is from Zhang Lu, right? I've mentioned this tweet before, but the charts that we're about to look at are from previous L1s and their run-ups, right? And how everyone was counting out said chain, saying it's going to be a ghost chain, saying it's going to fail, right? And then all of a sudden, the consensus was being wrong, and the consensus of crypto Twitter, or that little crypto bubble that don't want to see technology succeed, they be wrong, and then sometime after, the chains outperform, right? So poverty usually belongs to the majority. That's why FUD is everywhere. The more you FUD, the more I buy. Currently hold 6.5 million MON tokens, right? Now obviously, like I said, you don't have to be like Zhang Lu and hold 6.5 million MON. Right now, that's what, 20, 40, 60. Excuse me, guys. I'm feeling a little bit under the weather, but that's around 120K, $120,000 invested in MON here, right? Because every 1 million MON tokens is 20K, right? 2 times 6 is 12, so that's 120K invested into MON, right? But in my opinion, like I said, I know a lot of people aren't there yet and working towards getting to where Zhang Lu is. So even 100,000 MON is a great investment, which is around $1,943 right now, right? So as you can see, people counted out SWI as at first, called it a failure chain at the end of 2024. It started to move up, had a pullback, and going into the start of this year, right? It had a 10x move from the lows, and I was a part of this move for SWI at the lows as well, right? Bet on SWI and the ecosystem, and it worked out very well, right? Bought some memes on SWI, had more, traded SWI, bought some memes on SWI. That ecosystem did extremely well, and I think it's going to continue to do well in the future. I like SWI. Aptos as well. Aptos, not talked about at all on the timeline, also made a massive move. We all know Solana, right? Solana is like that one that really transcended after the meme coin boom that took place on Solana, with Dog with Hat, Bonk, Popcat, and many other coins that have launched since, millions and millions of coins. So from the lows, everyone thought Solana was dead at that time. I myself included thought Solana was, why would I trade on Solana, right? The blockchain, isn't on 24/7. Sometimes it just turns off like a light switch. But the dev team, the team put in the work, man. The team of Solana put in the work. The builders put in the work, and then it shot the entire space. Now everyone is a Solana bull, right? Everyone loves Solana now. You see that move it made. It was like a 20 to 30x, 40x off the lows, something crazy like that, man. say another EVM chain. I think Say is a great L1. Can't discredit Say one bit. But one thing I think Say lacks is that community. MONAD has done something smart with building their community before launching their coin, right? They built the community out, and now it's like the MONAD ecosystem is like a cult following. Like, you can't talk down on the MONAD community. It gives, like I said, it gives me shades of XRP, where like the XRP army, the community of XRP, you cannot go against them. Like, they're going to die on that XRP hill, no matter how much you try to FUD them or talk down on the negatives of XRP. You cannot get them to turn away from XRP. And one of the projects, the only project that's here, the only projects that's here that I think has that XRP type of community cult like following, right, is Solana, and then we have MONAD, right? So MONAD right here. MONAD is a dead chain. Again, I think the bottom is in, and then we start our massive ascent to potentially 18 cents from here. Obviously, I love how this chart is drawn from Zhang Lu. MONAD is a dead chain, move up in price to 18 cents, pull back, consolidate, and then, because we're not going to straight shot to $1, $2, right? There's going to be consolidations along the way, right? But I love how this chart is drawn, man. Everyone declares MONAD dead, and the community, the builders, the team, all push the ecosystem, TVL, and then we just explode out of here, man. From Steinad, they are saying MON will reach 7 cents before 2026. I think Arthur Hayes made a deal with market makers and helped push MON lower. Yes, if market makers want it, they could show that price, but I don't really believe it. So bringing counter trend opinions here, where MONAD Insights, MONAD Media thinks 7 cent target for MONAD before the end of the year is very possible, right? Now, we don't have much time to do so, but 7 cents for MONAD happening, for January, it's not far-fetched, right? At all. Shoko Rio, is MONAD undervalued? There has been so many FUD that came to MONAD, but the TVL is still raising, so people still believe in MONAD, right? And this is another aspect as well. Someone commented under one of my videos and said, what's crazy is that MONAD TVL keeps going up, keeps rising, right? Whereas Say Say doesn't have. I think Monad already flipped Say in TVL. I could check that myself, honestly. DeFi Llama. If you guys want to check out like, you know, DeFi protocols, if their revenue is growing, if you know, there's success happening, take a look at DeFi Llama, right? Let's take a look at Monad. So as you can see, the TVL is steadily increasing here, 234.74 mil TVL. As the TVL rises, so does price, man. We've seen that time and time again. That's because that's the ecosystem, stablecoin adoption, utility coins, on and off ramps, building in the ecosystem, memes building in the ecosystem, coins being launched in the ecosystem. That raises that TVL, right? If you take a look at Say, let's see. So we have passed Say in TVL, right? Monad has passed Say in TVL. No disrespect to Say at all. I think Say is a great altcoin, but as far as, like I said, from a technological standpoint, for how Monad's EVM has been built, it's like Solana and Ethereum merged together to make this ultimate beast of an L1, right? So you can see 202 million TVL for Say, whereas Monad has surpassed it, 234 mil TVL, right? If you go to the crypto ranks as well, this is why I say, guys, we have to take a look at circulating market cap, right? You can't look at the fully diluted for Monad at this time. Why is coin market cap showing like that? Let me see if I can refresh it. Okay, there you go. All right. So right here, remember, coin market cap shows the circulating supply market cap, right? So Say, with its circulating supply market cap, is sitting at 719 mil market cap. You could scroll all the way down and go to page 2, right? This is when you're gonna see Monad right down here at 200. Scroll in. number 147 at 210 mil circulating market cap, right? This is the metric that CMC Coin Market Cap uses to, you know, rank the top 1,000, 10,000 coins. Or I don't even know how much it goes up to, but this is how they rank the coins, right, with their circulating market cap. So this is why you see Monad all the way down at 147 here, right? 210 mil market cap. So you guys do not think that Monad, with all of its tech, the community that it's built, you know, the cult type community, the crack team can get into the top 100, flipping projects like Pippin Aerodrome, you know, flipping projects like Say, no disrespect, the Trump coin, you know, Pepe, right? And then climbing up the ranks to the likes of, you know, Bitcoin Cash, Chainlink, Tron, right up there close to Solana level. You guys don't think that's possible? I think that's possible, right? Right up there next to the dogecoin, Solana level for Monad, right? Especially with the move that Zcash did. Now I know Zcash has accumulated for a long time to make that move, but if you take a look at the market cap for Zcash before it went on its massive move, it was all the way down at, I think it was even lower than this, right? 2019. Let me see. The 2020. Let me start from 2024, right? 438 million. Lowest is 344 million, right? Zcash, and then it moved in 1 year all the way up in 1 year to 10 billion market cap, right? I think that's possible for Monad, man. I really do, right? So we have Bryant. Mon is sitting around 398 mil. Okay, this is probably an older tweet. But people used to call Monad Solana killer, but where's the proof? Is Monad actually attracting users and developers? Can it generate sustainability? Or was it just excitement? Do you think Mon has a real chance to become the next Solana? I think so. And this is why I brought up, you know, I know the hype is around Solana, but this is why I brought up Avalanche, right? Which is also an EVM. And in my opinion, Monad trumps Avalanche and Say, right? But If Avalanche last cycle went from 230 mil to 30 billion, I think that's possible for MONAD as well, right? From peak, MON is waking up. Price has reclaimed that 21 cent to 22 cent down after a long downtrend. If momentum continues, the next major target is a retest of the all-time high around 48 to 49 cent, which is a roughly 120% move from here. Structurally, this looks like a potential reversal rather than a dead bounce, and that's what it looks like to me, man. It looks like the 17 cent, not 17 cent, 17 cent level was the bottom for MONAD, and then it started to climb up, and then now we continue up here, which would be amazing to retest all-time high, break all-time high, and then MONAD goes on its outlier bull run, right? From X Corp, these are the meme coins that are showing strength, +2 with +2 coins with plus EV structure and different communities in the MONAD ecosystem. So we have Shramp, which I mentioned on the channel, right? Shramp and eMonad. Both charts look very strong here, right? Because they look like they're very close, because the charts look great because they look like they're gonna, once they break their previous all-time highs, Shramp breaking like 170k market cap and eMonad breaking 880k market cap, right? Once they break their all-time highs, they enter price discovery, which means they go on massive runs, right? Compared to other memes like the Moncox or the Nads. I never covered Nads, but Moncox had a massive run already. But Moncox, like I said, has a fart coin whale, bull posting it, sharing it. He only shills fart coin and Rivian stock. He has a large following, so Moncox has a lot going for it with more degenerate type. All memes are degenerate, but it's like people from Solana could relate, like are hopping in more into like Moncox, right? Because that's the type of Solana kind of meme, right? It's more like not as how should I say? It's more funny, like it has more comedy to it, right? Moncox, right? Like when people hear that, they're gonna be like, yo, PG, keep it PG, right? Exactly. So yeah, that's pretty much it, guys. MONAD looking great here. Just wanted to do another update for you guys. We're gonna keep the content going, man. We're gonna keep the content going. If you enjoyed it, like, subscribe. Remember, none of this is financial advice, guys. Thank y'all so much for tuning in. I'll catch you in the next one.